Hello, I'm Jessica.
I'm Jeanette.
And we are So Sweet Quilt Shop in Brunswick, Missouri. And today we're going to share with you projects we've been working on.
Yes.
So we each have a notebook. We have 8 cross stitch or quilting that we're going to share with you. They're things that we have been wanting to work on, like we're starting, or older things that we would like to finish.
Just things we want to share.
Yes, just things we want to share.
Progress in our head, even if you don't see it.
Yes, and maybe some of the things just let you feel better about the chaos you might have going on in your own sewing room. That yes, we have a lot going on in there also. We are a quilt shop, so anything we share with you, if we have the pattern, the book, the kit, we'll tell you that. And then in our link in the description below is a link to our Facebook page. Every Friday we do live shopping, so some of the things you see here you might find there. And you can always call the shop, and our phone number's in the description.
Yeah, so when we show and share the items on the table today, these are things we're working on, we will mention if it's available. Not that we know necessarily the price or the whatever, the small details.
It's just a chat.
Yeah, but you're always welcome to call the shop or make a comment, and we try to get back to them, at least look at them anyway.
Our background looks a little bit different
Yeah,
today.
did you guys notice we have a pretty little quilt hanging in the back? We decided to switch our table around, so now you're not just seeing the long hallway or how long the building store is. You're seeing basically a wall behind you.
Yeah, this is like a little display.
So we'll see how this goes.
Yes.
All right, let's get started.
Okay.
So number 1, I'm going to show you my Sweet Kisses progress. So this is a quilt that we're doing as a sew along, and here it is. Now, I love the back. I don't know how good you can see that, but see how scrappy that is? That's the look I'm going for. So it's lots of low volume backgrounds, but they all have a little something going on, or at least a lot of them. And to make the throw, it's going to finish at 69 1/4 by 79. Then I know I need 56 kiss blocks, and that's what they're calling their kiss blocks. But look at my stack.
Yeah, how many you have done?
I have 28 done. I need 56, so I'm halfway.
If you're on our Facebook group, there's people that
Already people have it done. I'm so
know,
impressed.
right? Whoa.
But anyway, I'm trimming them up as I go, and it's progress. So the other thing I have is the alternate blocks, and I have 21 of them, and it takes less of these, 42. So I'm halfway on both. And then I went so far as to go ahead and cut all my little centers, so I know I have 21 of those to do. I'm afraid I'm gonna definitely have to cut some more of those. Those are those 3.5 inch squares.
There's a lot of them.
You need almost 400. So anyway, and then I've got all my little colored kiss blocks done. So I know when I'm through with this stack, I'm done.
Wow.
But I'm thinking I'm still gonna be cutting low volumes as I go.
But
a lot of progress for me in a week. I really spent some time on this. I don't, the people that are making this block or this quilt, no, it takes a little time. Anything you make scrappy takes a little time, but it's fun.
Yes. Okay, so I showed this last week. I've got, the quilt's been done for a while, and I needed to put binding on it, and I got my binding cut, but I'll show you the quilt. This is the Pilaf pattern. This was a fat quarter pack that we did, I think in January. We have these kitted.
And I think the quilting pattern's called Fanfare.
It is.
Because I've used that on one of my last quilts, or maybe 2, and it's one of my new favorites.
Yes, so there's the quilt, and last week...
Is this your binding?
Yes, last week I needed binding.
Binding baby.
I have it cut and ready to sew on. It's on the binding. I don't know if they call it, because this one was like someone made it.
It's a cat.
Yes,
Isn't he cute?
Yes. So that's progress.
So we just buy things that other people make like that. It's like, I think it's so cute, and I'll just buy it. I won't make it. You make it.
Yeah, I'm not making it, so very cute.
Very cute. Okay, so I want to show you another finish. This is, that's not finished, but progress, I guess. My Spring Awakens cross stitch. So there it is, and there is 4 seasons, and it is done. It's not fully finished, but it's done.
Yay!
Look how cute that is.
That is really cute.
Yes, and it's just 3 colors of floss, called for DMC. And this is what I did with my winter cometh. And it's got just a Hobby Lobby frame, I believe. Don't say that, I've peeled the ticket off. And just stands up. It's got magnets on it, so see, this all comes off.
So you can change them.
Magnets on the back. So I'm planning on finishing all 4 seasons that way. So the Spring Awakens, hopefully next week you'll see it on here. We'll see.
Yeah, very nice. Okay, so my Sweet Kisses, I've got 8 blocks done. So the pattern,
She's been working on birds.
we do have it here in the shop, and it's the quilt along, like Mom said.
It started April 15th and goes until June 15th.
We're doing prizes along the way. So anyway, I have 8 of those done, and then I have 8 of the kiss blocks.
But aren't these fun? Because it's like, once you get stuff cut, it's really easy peasy. No big thinking along, no big lining up.
And Mom's doing solids for hers, and I didn't. I just used dark prints.
Right, whatever you have. But I noticed your prints are not super busy. They're really still reading.
Right,
as
they're
a
reading
solid.
as a solid, yes, but they do have a little bit of a design in them.
Yep.
Because the backgrounds are, you know, we did low volume that are busy.
That are busy.
I have stuff going on, so.
You don't get too busy with your cross or your kiss, or it'll just disappear. Okay, I'm going to show you my Heart Remembers cross stitch, and I actually worked on this last night, and I stayed up later, and I should have. It was 11 o'clock, so I was like, you got to put that down.
Yeah, gotta go to bed.
Gotta go to bed. So this is the book by Blackbird, A Heart Remembers, and I've done the one on the back, and the one I'm working on now is this one, which, when you look at that, don't you think it's probably pretty big? It's not. It's only like 9 inches, 9 by 9, I think, or 8 by 8.
Yeah, it does look big, but I guess it's just because they've
Kind of blew it up, I guess.
I don't know, took a real
But
close
look how
picture.
close I am to being done.
Yes,
Look how pretty that is.
it's cute.
So I just finished the little bird over here and this little section last night. But I have a bird up here to do, and then I'm gonna do a date and initials, and it'll be done. So pretty.
Very cute.
I just used the called for colors, but some of them I did substitute. I mean, she's got DMC by there. But at the time, we didn't have Weeks Dye Works in the store, and now we do. So where it called for Weeks Dye Works, I had just used DMC. And she's, like I said, she's got the DMC conversion by it, so you don't have to second guess it. But there's more in this book I want to make. And so, you know, when you buy a book and it costs almost 30 bucks,
You want to make
if you
some
have
things.
several things in there you like, then just keep using it. This thing's gonna be so beat up when I'm done. Why I didn't make working copies, I don't know. But no one's gonna want it. It's already got a little rip in it right there and a wrinkle.
It's yours officially.
But it's mine officially. And I am stitching on 20 Count Oat by Bee Stitch Me. Someone had asked that at one time. Okay.
Very nice. Okay, so the Pretty Birds that we did as a block of a month, it's finishing up. I think maybe it's almost done, maybe one more month. But anyway, we did end up with a few extra kits, so if you would like to purchase a kit, then you can. And I got all the birds done.
Hallelujah. Happy dance. She's
Yay.
been
So I
working on them.
All the birds done. So this is the bird I just finished, and you'll see I left those little numbers on there because this is how I do Elizabeth Hartman is I cut all my fabric. The sticker that you get with your block of the month package, I leave it on the fabric as I go, just on one piece, you know, as I'm going. And so that way I can keep track of the colors. But anyway, these are the 2 that I just finish up. And they're not completely done because there's another bird that goes right here.
And a little
And I need to take them all home.
background.
Pretty. They're all hanging over in our retreat center, but they're going to come off the wall today.
Oh, I love the checkered one.
Come off the wall today and come home so I can
Oh, look at the checkered one.
put them together maybe this weekend. Yeah, I like the checkered bird.
I do too.
It's just going to look like that. Anyway, those are the last 2. Yay.
Yay, done.
Done.
And it's so nice when you get to that point, you get to really start now building a quilt.
Yes, and then there's not really, they're just kind of go together. There's some sashing between the rows and then a little bitty border, but it'll go together
And
really
this is a big
fast.
quilt, 69 by 79. So like she said, we do have a few kits. So if you would want a kit and you've had the pattern forever, you just let us know that and we wouldn't charge you for the pattern.
Right.
Because pattern's probably $30.
It is.
Usually they are pretty
They're
expensive.
pretty detailed though. I do get it.
Okay.
She does a good job with her
She does a
patterns.
good job. And it's in color and well written and pictures and okay, I'm going to show you a big quilt. Last week I showed you and it needed binding. I got the binding on, all hand stitched, ready to hang in the shop.
Yay.
And it's a pretty big quilt, so I was really thrilled with that. So it does cut into my cross stitching time.
Yeah, it does. So yes, this is Among the Stars, and we do have a few kits of this in the shop. This was also done as a block of the month here. We always cut extra because, you know, it
But
hangs.
it encourages us to finish it is because, oh, well, then you could still sell some kits.
Yeah, but
Plus,
this,
I usually want to finish anyway.
this quilt is really pretty and big.
And big.
Yeah.
I want to say it's 60, maybe 62 by 84 or something.
Yeah.
Took me
It's
a while
good
to put the
size.
binding on, but I love the little orange binding. I had brought home gray, and you know how that is. I got home, I'm like, I don't really like the gray.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Looks
the
good.
orange. So you'll
Oh.
see this hanging in my shop if you get to come to the shop.
Yes. Okay, so I got the brickwork. This is the fabric that Mom had bought me, and it's Anna Marie Horner fabric, and I did a little Villa Rose pattern called brickwork, and I got the binding sewn on.
Put that little brickwork back in here, pattern-wise.
So it's just a, you know, little lap size quilt, and like I said, I got the binding sewn on, so.
And you even got really pretty fabric on the back. That might be
Yes.
hers too.
It is hers, and it was in our clearance room.
Ooh.
So,
Even better.
yes. And this binding is hers too.
Well, Anna Marie Horner quilt
All
entirely,
her fabric.
entirely. So I'm standing up because I have another one to show you. This is the potting shed. We do have this kit available. It's done with a cute little Riley Blake line called Portsmouth.
I think so, yeah.
And I got all the binding sewn on. When I showed it last week, the binding was just in a nice little half-yard fold.
Yes, hadn't been cut or anything.
Hadn't
So
been
this
cut or
is
anything.
great progress.
So it is sewn on, and I am still working on the hand sewing.
So every month we do 16 fat quarters in a pack. We pick a new line to highlight, and this was one of those. And this pattern uses 16 fat quarters.
And you
That's
have
it.
very little left. I have a little pile of just little pieces that are about, you know, some of them are 4.5, some of them are 2.5. by
Yes.
18.
And what was the
and
pattern? It's a Villa Rose.
Potting shed.
Potting shed. There you go.
It's a fun one, and it does really showcase your fabric.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, binding sewn on, and I should have been hand
And she
sewing.
did a flannel back. I love
yeah.
that. Isn't that the perfect color? Perfect for that.
I should have been hand stitching this instead of cross stitching, but I chose.
Yeah.
Like, no rules.
No rules. I can do what I want. Okay, so the Winchester quilt, I showed it last week. I had the binding almost on, but it is officially done.
So you got that done too.
Yeah, so the binding is all put on and it's done.
Ready. The fabric is a lawn, so it's really, really soft, and the back is too, but the binding is a dimples.
Yes.
Someone asked me Saturday when they were in here, well, can you put regular cotton with lawn? Of course you can.
Of course you can. There's no rules. I mean, I've made two quilts with the lawn. The other one I actually used lawn for the binding, but Mom picked the binding for this one, and I thought, well, that looks good. So
Yeah, go
anyway,
with it.
Yes, and it's like the fabric reminds me of like vintage sheets.
Vintage sheets that Grandma had.
So soft. Yes.
Kind of got a, I don't know, 60s vibe, I guess.
Yeah, kind of. But it's done.
Done.
Go in the shop, and we do have kits for that.
Kits. All right, so I'm going to show you a quilt kit that I bought when I was in Ireland last year. I think it was about this time of year, wasn't it? May?
Maybe.
Anyway, they had it on the wall, and I just really loved it. And we went to two or three quilt shops. They're all really very tiny. All of them, the 3 I went to were very tiny. This one I bought this kit was actually in a residential area, and the lady had converted her 2-car garage into a little quilt shop. And it was so fun because when we walked in, there was, I don't know, 6 or 8 ladies at tables. Some were hand stitching, some were actually sewing, and they were just chatting up and, you know, had their tea, offered us tea in the afternoon. Anyway, they was just very friendly, and it was fun. But this they had hanging, and I thought, I need to make that. I need to buy something that makes me think of Ireland, and I will put it on the label when I'm done. But all them hearts are appliqué, they're not pieced. Since I'm not a big appliquer, I'm gonna be doing a fusible applique, and I've just done a blanket stitch on my machine all the way around. So I have got all the backgrounds pieced
Yep.
for the hearts.
So ready for that.
And then here's the heart fabric, and that's as far as I've got.
Yes. Well, someone did ask the shop name, but
The shop's name is on the pattern. It's a really cute name. I think it's called Giddy Goat. Giddy Goat Patchwork Sewing Studio.
Giddy Goat Patchwork Sewing Studio. There you go.
There you go. Don't know what part of Ireland I was in because my husband did all the driving and I was lost most of the time. So
Right.
that is the quilt shop. I think if you look them up, they may have a website. I couldn't swear to it. But the pattern, I think if you get on Rachel Daisy Designs, you could at least get a PDF of it.
Okay.
Okay.
So this has been binding week. I've got the owl. This quilt is a sweet cut kit here in the shop. So that means everything's cut for you. You just go home and start sewing. We do have a few of these kits left, and I am putting binding on it.
This is the one that we was hoping Clara would want to sew, and she didn't.
Well, she started it, but then I finished it. She just, kids are so busy.
They are.
But it is binding almost on.
Right, and I just love how that kind of golden chain goes through there. You can really see it in the screen. You kind of don't see it so much when you're up close to it, but you really see it there.
Yeah, the fabric's got owls on it and little deer, and I did a flannel back. Just really cute.
I'm kind of into the flannel backs. We've been going to a few ball games, and when you're cold, all those flannel backs are so much nicer.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they're really warm. Okay. I started a new cross stitch project because,
Of course you did.
Yeah, well, I finished one.
Well, I think that's legitimate.
I just don't want 20 of them. When I watch some of these floss tubers and they have 48 or...
We put like 10 stitches in it because they have so many to work on.
Yes, it's like, oh, I don't want to do that. Anyway, this is a pattern I bought at Nashville Market. It's called Blue Pairs, or Patchwork. No, Blue Work Pairs.
Blue work pairs.
Now,
You're not doing blue.
I'm not doing blue. I'm doing green because, I'm into the green scene.
Very pretty.
How pretty it is. And I'm just using this on a 20 count ivory. Just a simple, not hand-dyed or anything. Isn't it pretty?
It is really pretty.
And she's got all the
You're almost done
instructions.
with one of the pairs.
Yeah, they're really
Quick.
That was my reward.
And you're gonna make it into a little pillow.
No,
a little pair pillow.
I am, and she's got all the templates in here. I can't show you very much, but all the instructions are there to finish them that way. And the little stem and leaf on the pear is wool. And I know where some wool is.
So we might have a little bit of wool.
I might have a little bit of wool.
Not very much.
Not very much. But really, I did this in probably a few hours, maybe 3 hours. And I'm just using one strand over the 20 count.
Okay, so I always like to have a scrap quilt going. Of course, we're working on the Sweet Kisses, but this is the Hourglass quilt pattern. It's looking a little rough because it's got Best Press sprayed all over it. Anyway, this is like a leader and ender that I have just setting by my sewing machine, so I'll just make a few blocks here and there, but I've got several blocks.
You got a lot done. So this Cluck Cluck Sew is where the pattern she got from, and it is just a free printout.
It is, yep. So you're just making little hourglass blocks, and in her pattern, So when you sew two together, you get two. They just alternate. But in her pattern, she has instructions for doing 2.5 inch finish, 3.5, 4.5, all the way up to 8.5. So she's done that math for you. So you could make, you know, bigger hourglass blocks. I just used 5-inch squares because I have a lot of those
already cut. So you didn't really necessarily have to cut more because you already had a bunch of those cut.
Right.
Oh, that goes back
Anyway,
in there.
progress.
Progress. We love all the things, so we must start a lot of stuff. All right, so we got some new cross stitch patterns in the shop. Haven't started this, so it doesn't count as a new start. Just start. It's just that I'm gathering.
Gathering the things.
Well, when it
Doesn't
came
go
in,
in the-
right, I haven't even opened up the cloth because I can't decide, but I went home and put the DMC I do have on here. I just still need a lot more.
Starting one is part of the fun. Just gathering all
Just
the
gathering
things.
the stuff because I
And
love
dreaming of it.
dreaming of it. It's kind of like a quilt thing. It's like get a container.
Oh, I like this.
Isn't that pretty? It's called Swan Garden by Kathy Barrett.
That's pretty.
And that was...
I think it's the fabric.
Yes, and so we don't have black. So I call that black. Maybe it is a dark gray.
I mean, it kind of looks more of a dark gray hand-dyed.
What is she calling the color of it?
Looks like a grunge.
It just says it's made by Picture This Plus, but I don't see the name of it. But the pattern was made off a needlepoint purse that she found in a Pennsylvania antique shop.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah. Yes, I thought it was really
Gorgeous.
cute. Oh, there it is. It's stitched on 40 count shadow linen. But oh, it's so pretty. It almost looks like velvet. I remember going in her room and seeing that, and it was just, you wanted to touch it, but you knew better. But it's like, it looks like velvet to me.
I want to pet it.
So anyway, I did pull two cloths that we have in here. So this is a Lugana 32 count Stormy Night. I don't know if that's dark enough. This one's a little darker. This is called Gray Magic 20 count.
Which, I mean, that's closer. It's still not dark.
Still not as
really
dark.
but
And I'm not in, I don't know, I haven't dyed anything myself. I don't know if I can. But it's like it needs to be dipped in black and then rinsed and rinsed. I don't know.
I'm sure you could YouTube it.
But I'm gathering it together. It has not started, so it does not count as a new start.
Okay, you say so. All right, so my last one is I went through like my little pattern stash that I buy at other quilt shops.
Because we do travel and do other things, yes.
Yes. And I picked out several that use 16 or less fat quarters for our, 16
packs that we
fat
do
quarter
all the time.
packs. So anyway, I found this one I really like, and it uses 16 fat quarters. And this is the May fat quarter pack. So wouldn't that be pretty?
That would be pretty.
Yeah, it's very similar in color to what they have. Except this one's got like bunnies and little sewing machines. It's so cute.
It's so cute. I love that
And
one.
this was another one. It uses 13 fat quarters.
That looks more sewing, like a lot more flying.
This one uses 14 fat quarters.
Kitchen table quilting. We like her.
Yeah, so anyway, if we don't have these, I'm gonna order them. And this one uses 12 fat quarters.
Another kitchen table quilting.
Yeah. And then this one actually uses 20 fat quarters.
Loser. It's got to be pretty big. 64 by 80.
Yeah, but I mean the 20 fat quarters does everything. So anyway, I thought, well, we could maybe kit that up or something. But
That's a cute pattern.
and it would be quick. It'll be
Looks like a quick sew.
So anyway, I want to get those ordered, but this is the one I really was like, oh, that would be nice.
That would be nice.
Yeah, the blocks, I mean, it's certainly not a Villa Rose where it's going to go really fast. You're gonna spend a
The
little
blocks, but the blocks are big. I would say those are 18 to 20 inch blocks. From just looking at the front of the pattern. Haven't opened it up. That is neat.
All
Okay,
right.
that's it. We will see you Friday morning on Facebook Live for shopping. Have a great day.
Have a great day, rest of your week, and see you later.
Bye.